Alright, let's get started with today's video. Actually I still have to make a copy of this so that I can actually edit it, but alright, so this was Swiss A, this is how everyone qualified. Swiss B, yada yada yada. Main event, okay. This is the current rankings as well. So I'm going to start with Group A, and then I'm going to go to Group B. So for anyone that doesn't know, I mean, I guess you could have just paused the video on these to figure it out. But the main teams in contention for main event have all qualified. So like I just showed on the rankings, you have Energy, Space Station, Rebellion, Redacted. Those are the top four, not in any particular order. And then you have teams like Dignitas, M80, FUT, and Gen G are fighting for a spot as well. Not as much Dignitas and M80. I highly doubt Lotus 8 has any real chance, but I might have a little bit of Space Station bias, but it's alright. It's alright. So we'll start with Shuffle Kittens. I think this is the first time Pat My Head has made the whatchamacallit, main event. I honestly have no idea who's on the team. I'm just gonna go ahead and give Shuffle's Kittens, like, I don't know, we'll say 3-1, because I mean I expect Relating Wave, Archu, and Speed to not lose to Pat My Head or whatever. Seal versus NRG. Enough said. NRG's gonna win this regional. Space Station and Lotus 8. Lotus 8 can probably give problems. I think we have a really low floor, or not low, sorry, a higher floor. Maybe not the highest in NA, but we normally aren't losing to teams that were worse than. I think Dignitas is an exception. I think that we are at the very least the 4th seed in NA. I'm going to give us this in 3-0 fashion. Rebellion and Milky Way. It's just going to be Rebellion. I think they're going to give CJ a heart attack. But maybe that's just me. And then we'll go ahead and do the rest of the upper semis, and then I'll go down here. Shuffles, Kittens, NRG, they don't stand a chance. SSG and Rebellion, I want to give it to Rebellion just because they beat us. I mean, I don't even think we played last split, but if I had to take a gander, I would. I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to say we pull it out. I think we're going to be needing this this upper bracket run, so I think we're going to be locked in. Rebellion is, if I'm not mistaken, essentially locked for the major. So Pat My Head, honestly, I think they're not going to get a single game against Seal. Eris is peaking. Lotus 8 and Milky Way, I think Lotus 8 takes it 3-2. Rebellion makes it out 3-1 with, I think Seal's probably going to take the first game. Shuffles, Kittens, and Lotus 8. Give me Lotus 8 and 5 here, actually. You kind of have like a sleeper team in terms of making top 8s. I think they're probably around the 8th best in the region. Okay, and then over here, Gen G and Foul. Who is Foul? I think that's just another new team I haven't seen before. Genji. Foot and 90210. I don't think Foot's gonna be playing as good this time around. Dignitas and M80. And this is a hard one actually, because I think Dignitas have a higher ceiling than M80, but I think their floor is slightly lower. I'm gonna take Dignitas. This will be a good game. I'll say 3-2. Well, actually, we'll go 3-1. Redacted and Freedom. Redacted is probably one of my favorite teams to watch this year. Easy 3-0. And then, like I said before we go here, we're going to go to this. So we have Genji and Foot rematch, this time in the upper semis. Last time they played the group stage, Genji actually lost out to Foot. I think Genji bounces back. They're always trying to fight SSG for the major spot or the 4 seed. So we'll go with Genji. I think Redacted wins this in a game 5. I think it's going to be a really good one, probably overtime. Game 5 if I had to guess. And so we'll go down here and foul to 90210. Man, I don't even know, because I have no idea who foul is. Let's say 3-0. Screw it. You know what? I'll give him 1. M80 and Freedom. But you have to give it to M80. Boar is going to be peaking this game. It's not even going to be close. Foot and M80. Now this is where it gets interesting, because if M80 beats out Foot in this, then Foot is done for. And that would open up so much in terms of what they could actually... So M80 has 7, so in order for them to get anywhere, I think they would actually have to... I'm not even sure what they would have to do, honestly. Depends on how they're playing. I mean, I think they can definitely pull off the upset, but even if they win, they're still gonna have to win pretty much the whole major to have a chance. I don't even feel like doing the math, but I'm gonna give it to Foot. I think Frosty is gonna be peaking. Cheese is gonna be playing that solid all-around game. Sosa's, he's gonna be there. Say 3-1, pretty convincing win for Foot. But then I'll go ahead and do these predictions as well, because these are the 8 teams that I think will be here. So here's Group A and Group B. So SSG and Redacted, gonna be a great series. You have Genji, NRG, Rebellion, Foot, Dig, Lotus 8. We'll start Space Station Redacted. I'm actually gonna give it to Redacted. Say 4-3. I think they've proven that they're really good, really consistent. Genji, not even taking a game off NRG. Won't even be close. Dignitas, Lotus 8. Or Rebellion and Foot, I mean. I think Rebellion's going to be a little in over their heads. I'll say Foot wins 4-2. I'd say Rebellion goes down 3-0. They win a game. Or, yeah, they win 2 games in a row and then Foot closes it out. So that's my prediction for that scenario. And also, I think the same thing happens if M80's in that spot. Dignitas, Lotus 8. We put 4-1 for Dig. They only lose 1 game after going up 3-0. Space Station and Foot. I got to give it to my SSG boys. Pretty convincing 4-1 in my opinion. Gen G and Dignitas. That's like a 50-50 in my opinion. I don't really know how to feel about this actually, because I think this could go into either a game 7 or it's just going to be a 4-0. I don't think there's going to be an in-between. This is rough. I'll say it's Genji. After getting swept by NRG, I think they'll be ready. I'll say it's a 4-0. I'll say they just reverse what they did the day before. NRG and Space Station. As much as I would like for my SSG boys to pull something out of their butt, don't really think it's gonna matter. I'll say game 7 though. I will say game 7 Energy wins the 7th game 3-1 or 2-0. I think it'll be a 2-1 game in the last game of the series. Now Redacted and Gen G is gonna be I think it'll be good. Don't get me wrong. I just in Redacted's current form, I just don't see them losing to Gen G. But then I think we get a repeat of this final. It's crazy that nobody's picked up Redacted yet, in my opinion. Like, it's just kind of crazy to me, honestly. Like, if I'm looking at all the orgs that are in right now, like, you would think that a team like Redacted, seeing how they've done, would get picked up. I think they deserve it. Grand Final. Do I think Redacted can win? Yes. Do I think they will? I don't know. They lost 4-1 last time. I think it's just going to be closer. I think NRG won it, but Redacted, I know they won it too. So I have NRG as the North American champions once again. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid prediction for the group stage. I don't really see. I mean, obviously, there's another world where any of these teams can get through. Shuffle Kittens and Lotus 8 go hand in hand. You could also probably switch these teams around in any certain way, except NRG. NRG have a relatively easy bracket. Space Station Rebellion, go either way. But either way, I think these 4 definitely get through. Gen G and Foot, obviously I think it could go either way. I just don't really see. I don't see it being close. I think Gen G win convincingly, especially after what happened last split. I think they'll be ready. Dignitas and M80 could be close. Kind of an unfortunate bracket. because Dig has to play M80, and then they have to turn the corner and play Redacted. The lower bracket isn't that. It really isn't that bad. I mean, the only teams that are well known that run into each other are Foot and M80 in the lowers. So that's just unfortunate as well, having to play the team and get cut out possibly early. So yeah, definitely decent group stage prediction in my opinion. I think this definitely could happen. As for the playoffs, I'm not sure how realistic the Foot and Rebellion placement is. I think SSG and Redacted, anything can happen. As well as, or not as well as, Genji and NRG. I think that's kind of solidified. I don't see Genji beating NRG. I'd give him Weston like a 10% chance. Dig and Lotus 8. Dignitas has been on fire recently, in my opinion. In terms of like how well they're playing with each other. I do have SSG beating Foot, Genji beating Dignitas convincingly. I think that's pretty realistic as well. And then obviously this top 4, it could go any way possible. I think any of these top 4 teams have a great. Honestly, any of these teams, minus Lotus 8, could win it. Maybe minus Foot as well. I don't know much about their winning capabilities, but I would at least 6 of the teams here have a good chance of winning it. As for points, this is who would qualify, the before and the after. So if we go here in the original one and look at current points, you see it's at 14. So we do have NRG surpassing Rebellion, and technically surpassing Redacted, to get the #1 NA spot. Redacted surpasses Rebellion for getting 2nd, and SSG stays at the 4th spot. When the season started, I said that SSG would be the 2nd or 3rd seed. I still think that could be the case, but because we got upset against Dignitas, I'm not sure how realistic that could be. I still think we could get 2nd place finish. If we beat NRG, I think we'll win the whole thing. If we meet them in that top 4 scenario, but who knows? It'll be a very, very cool last regional to watch before the Boston Major. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more stuff like this, let me know. I can do one for the Boston Major whenever it's about to start, or any other ones you may want to see. So I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.